It's time for another Follow the Noob episode. I'm doing my pre-stream launch here. So I'll probably be listening to Jerry's stream like I usually do on Wednesdays here. The last little bit of it I've been watching more or less today. And it's always nice to just get a little bit extra what's going on. So let's talk about the build, because everyone always wants to know about the build, and I'll probably end up getting asked about the build in like 5 seconds anyway. But we've been voted into a half-elf fire cleric with an arty splash, trying to focus on like SLAs, rune arms, stuff like that, kind of more like a blasty type cleric. So we're currently light based. It's 195 spell power at the moment. I did go ahead and take a minute and craft a level appropriate radiant scepter. I don't know. I'm so on it. The reason why I did it now is because you can still kind of glue that in with your coalescence coinage and get a little extra value off of the light. Around level 10, in my experience, it switches back to being better as fire as your element. Because remember, as a fire domain cleric, you get the higher of either one. So at 10, when you get your Ravenloft stuff, I tend to reset my enhancements and kind of fiddle around. So like what I mean is, right now we've got 30 or 25 spell power coming from enhancements, but you're going to be able to switch into this fire, so you're going to lose some, but these go up by 6s instead of by 5s, so you don't lose as much as you think you lose, but you still lose some. Yeah, it's a little bit weird. And I decided to do critical with regular spells as opposed to fire spells or light spells or whatever. And that's just because I'm honestly not 100% sure how some of these things interact. I mean, I'm just not. So yeah, anyway, until level 10 plus, I think this is probably the superior way to go. And it looks like the ladies are on. More in the ladies. What else? Anything else really important going on? Not really. Most of the stuff's pretty straightforward. Do I have any racial points or Reaper points to spend? No. Next level is when we get to spend those, and then those are also at 10. Excuse me. I'm still running on little to no sleep. Oh, we need spell components, right? Yeah, we need some spell components. So anyway, we're level 8, so we just gotta hit the level 6s, which are pretty much a no-brainer. There's a couple of things going on. Anyway, so I'm gonna grab some spell components, then we'll probably head off and do a couple of things while we wait for Jerry to wrap up. But we are going to, like I said, we're going to listen to Jerry's last little bit here of the stream.
We ever take suggestions for new content constantly. We're always the what should we do next is a never-ending subject. Do you know what would be cool ifs are also in plentiful supply?
We're gonna return this here. So we have a couple pieces of junk to kind of keep note of here.
But it certainly
also
has
we
happened over
should
the years that those
consider turning in some
discussions have been
some
informed by player suggestion. You know, maybe they saw something. You know what you guys should really do is Temple of Elemental Evil, and it happens to coincide.
Here we go.
You know, us considering what to do next, and it comes up in conversation as it were. You know, that stuff does happen. So there you go.
Alrighty, let's head this direction.
Did someone get that lever then?
Do I want to continue to rock these? It's not the worst.
It's one of the, I mean, which content we select, especially for things like classic packs, but not even just that, right? Obviously, Feywild and everything else is the creative process there. There's a million great ideas. It's always too much good ideas rather than not enough is usually the issue.
I'm not going to do that quest. Let's see. We don't need to do 5s. We literally only need to do 6s. So we have Forgotten Cavern and we have Ruined Halls. Yeah. So we'll Ruined Halls it up.
Sweet.
Don't care about that. Get off my phone. I am using a Sork hireling just because I like having a hireling with me to do things, and just happened to work out. I'm gonna do this one for no real reason. No real reason. Give me haste. There
Oops. That's it.
we go. I feel like I should give him an electric.
We haven't talked
resist.
about what the companions and stuff will be for Feywild yet. We're gonna have more information about, say, like what we might do for a
So, and realistically, I just want to ignore it.
as we get a little bit closer to it. We're not quite there yet.
Well, that lasted a long time, didn't it? Sigh. What's on this side? So I typically do fighters or barbarians or some sort of
All right,
melee.
thanks everyone. Thanks for joining me. I will get you a code for the in-game mail later on today.
Sounds like he's
Thanks
just
everyone
about ready
for
to wrap
watching.
up.
I'll see you next Wednesday with more, the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream. Hope you're having a good time. Take advantage of that double daily dice boost. Stay tuned for a little bit of announcement on some downtime, and then more about Update 47 here in the near future. Hope everyone's having a good time, and I'll see you.
Alright, so this raid should go through pretty quick here. Let's give it a second. Give it a second. Alright, here we go. Alright, greetings and salutations
Lana.
quickly
Lana.
before the thing fires off.
Danger zone.
Alright, greetings and salutations all. Welcome to Follow the Noob. I'm, of course, Samus. And today we are working on a cleric, fire cleric, arty splash, with the general idea of trying to be very, very castery. And, I don't know, it's so-so. It is so-so. Come here. Come here, little Reaper. Get a couple guys in a line here. Alright, sweet. We are on Sarlona today. We're going to be on Sarlona a lot over the next couple of days, I think. However, that could change very easily again here after today. So today the plan is... Ooh, tripped. That's not good. So the plan is to do some raiding on the hardcore server, and then that should be the last of the quests that we need before we take level 20 on the hardcore server. And if that is the case, that means that we'll start working on epics. So last I looked, and I'm not 100% sure when the last I looked was now, but last I looked I was like in the top 15 on the hardcore server in favor, and I hadn't taken level 20 yet. So I'm hoping, knock on some wood, I'm hoping to be high on the list this year. Good morning, Smash. Good morning, Unknown. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Also, good morning, everybody else who's coming on over from Jerry's stream. Yeah, I can't believe Jerry's getting through the level 2s. Can you believe it? It's close. You gotta be kidding me. More Reaper action. I mean, at the end of the day, I really don't care if we have more Reaper action or not. I just feel like, what? Really? Really? Reaper like number 4? Morning, 4 hands. What are you doing trying to let Jerry die on the hardcore server? I saw you. I saw you. You're standing there watching. Like, trying to collect that Jerry bounty. You're not dead? Wow, you're a hardy mother trucker today. Alright, speaking of hardcore, how's everyone's hardcore going? Hopefully it's going well. Like I said, I'm ready. I'm ready to get back. The downside is I'm completely exhausted. I've had less than 10 hours of sleep over the last 3 days, so kind of falling asleep in my chair here, but we'll manage. We'll push through. We'll push through. Unfortunately, I feel like this build is not a higher than like Reaper 2 build. It doesn't feel that way to me. I would love for it to be stronger than that, but it just doesn't seem to be so far. Maybe at level 10, when our gear gets that big increase, it'll feel a little different. Do I have room? Of course I have room. Hey, good morning. Thing is, I am only level 8.
4.
You're 4?
B5 is more quest, I think.
Whatever you want to do. Ah, yes. Once again, my hireling taking the deaths so I don't have to. You've been very helpful, Flair, by the way, just for the record. So helpful, I'm actually considering leaving this stone back here. Let's pick it up. No, we're not doing that one. We're doing this one. Doing this one, and then I plan on moving to the house D6s. I don't know. Anyway, what else is going on, everybody? I could talk about some things, but just mostly just rattling. Oh, so many ouchies. There we go. Finally, I get the Reaper targeted. I swear they make the Reaper get targeted last on purpose. 1,000 heal buttons here. Oh my goodness, so many. Alright.
I overslept for reasons, but is there any news on the show today?
Not that I really caught. Said I was busy getting ready for my stream this morning as well. I didn't really catch anything particularly exciting. Just another situation where Jerry decides to end cap and was worried about dying and didn't eat a cake before it took effect. I don't know if he stabilized or someone came over and healed him or not, but something happened and he ended up not dying. But I would have slammed the cake. Would have slammed the cake if I was Jerry. Looking at the map, seeing that people were spread all over the place.
All I heard was they won't extend hardcore.
Oh, they are? They did?
Won't.
They won't? I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah.
Besides, if they extend hardcore, that's going to mess with their next hardcore. I really don't think it's necessary, but I realize that might come from a place of I don't know, streamer privilege or whatever nonsense words people want to use for it, but as ooh, nice. Everyone can you can set your goals and achieve it on the hardcore if you want. Everyone can. You just have to set your goals and come up with a good plan. There's lots of really solid plans to get through hardcore. You can play like me and try to get everything done all at once, and you end up doing everything on Reaper starting at level like 4, or you can be or 6 or whatever level, or you can do things a little bit different. How to survive on hardcore? Don't run with Jerry. I don't think that's fair necessarily. I think part of the problem is he's attached to that cleric, and he wants it to play like how he plays on live. And cleric's a strong class, but I think that he should look at some other play styles. You could still do cleric, but you could do something with increased survivability. If you're always going to have a party with you because you're Jerry and you feel your party really easily, you could take a look at like a tank build, like what Flask was doing. Like, you have lots of options. All right, I think I'm gonna head to the CO6 Gray Moon Waning. I'll do that chain really fast, and then Bounty Hunter and stuff like that. So the couple out in House Beneath.
Okay, just need to grab
Yep, do your thing. Like I said, you'll know where I'll be. But especially in the low levels, I think that running around with in melee on a not primarily melee class is really dangerous.
if anyone was on there.
Say what?
I'm at the ship portal if anyone was on there recently.
Me? I'm on it right now. So, yeah, I think that you definitely have to be careful when you're trying to melee on a non-melee build on the hardcore. It's easy to get triple tapped out of existence. It's easy to get held and beat down. Like, there's a lot of nonsense that happens. Just because it's physically first, I think I'm going to start Bounty Hunter. And then go from there. You have a Reaper or an action point. I don't really see a need to spend it, I guess, right now, though. Alright. And then we'll watch our hireling get melted in this first fight, and it'll be fine. I don't know why this guy's just not a PK machine. If I was this guy, I'd literally just be a PK machine. Oh, that guy's got Death Ward because he's a flame. Whoa, he didn't die in the first encounter. Hashtag impressed. Just to remind everybody that these builds are brought to you by you. If you are enjoying this crazy break, you can thank yourselves for voting. If you dislike this build, well, then the only person that you're allowed to blame is yourselves because you didn't stop people from voting this in. But yeah, we with extremely rare occasions, you guys pick the builds. So I only bring that up so you guys know whenever you see a TR day flash up in my title, that means that we will be taking voting on builds. Everyone gets to vote. Bonus votes, obviously, for subscribers and Patreons and yada yada yada, but doesn't mean that your guys' votes certainly don't count. They definitely do. Never seen a fire cleric before. This is cool. Yeah, I've done similar builds a couple of times. I usually don't like, with the exception of wizard, I don't like splashing I don't like splashing levels. I think this will end up working out okay. It just, especially for something like the cleric, where certain spells are very important, in my opinion, you end up deferring an awful lot. And I'm the guy who's like always talking about deferring the pleasure when it comes to your builds, right? So it's a thing. Certainly from 1 to 20, fire clerics are very well positioned, and a little bit after level 20. You get like this weird situation where your SLAs and your fire stuff carry you so far, and then realize that not all the traps are down. So if you get bombed, it's on you.
Crown dog.
I saw that. Daily dice boost. Combat daily dice 17. Hope you enjoy watching the stream today. You get no res. Save your gold roll for tomorrow. Yeah, I didn't know that was coming up, or I would have saved a gold roll for sure this week. My gold rolls are usually on Tuesdays now. I motivated really hard to get them shifted to the weekend, but I just don't play consistently enough on the weekends to do that. So I need to make an effort again to get them back on Friday. It's just so hard to not cash it in right away. Also, I need to make a note to myself to pick up Big Slayer Pot on the hardcore server tonight too. That sale ends sometime tomorrow, I think. I could raise Gore. It's a fight that I don't have to do, though. What do you want? Where are you bound at? Are you bound like a million years away?
Yeah.
Fine. Is Fire Cleric okay for a first life? Fire Cleric's fine. Just keep in mind that it's going to be slow. Especially in the early levels. And I would recommend a half-elf if you can do it, although most first lifers can't. So, let me talk about like the advantages of this build here in just a second. That is part of the reason that it ended up winning the voting. Alright, so step one on Fire Cleric's build. If you're a half-elf, and this works for an awful lot of SLA-powered builds, right? So like Spellsinger Bard is another, what I would call an SLA-powered build. There's a few others. I'm not thinking of anything like as intense as like this build or a you need to not pull the aggro off me. I don't have a good way to pull it back.
I was shocked that I did.
I didn't hit that. I'm all single target. So you AoE those guys, and then it's out of luck. Anyway, so if you're an SLA powered build, things like the half elf dilettante warlock really kind of like shines. So when you hit something with your melee weapon, every couple of seconds you get an extra 1d4 fire damage. However, if you fire off with like a spell, instead of it being 1d4 period, it's based off of the spell level. So you can like, or your character, I don't know, some extra amount of damage. So like you get a big boost to your damage for your SLAs, right? Because it gets maximized in Empower also, just like your SLAs do. You back at the boat yet? No, not even close. So it's a very efficient way to add extra damage to your build. So that's part of the reason I recommend the half elf dilettante in particular. The other reasons are there's some interesting enhancements in here that that kind of add to your oomph. It's like you can pick up some extra spell points. I don't want to say cheap because it's not real cheap, but along the way. A little bit later, you get Firewall, you get Blade Barrier, stuff like that. You get this Diplomatic Impunity, so you take 25% less physical damage. So that like lets you you know, cast an AoE or cast something like that, run things through it, and take a little less damage. I think this could be really good along the way. And then the other thing that really kind of like makes this build shine is, as a fire cleric, the first thing you get in the fire domain, you granted 2 fire spell power for each cleric level, for a maximum of 40 extra fire power. So that's not important yet, but that will be important at level 10 plus. Your turn undead now affects elementals. That's really good. Your fire spells use the higher of light or fire or light. Fire and light spells use the higher of the fire or light spell power. So at level 9 and below, in my opinion, you can get your light spell power higher than your fire spell power, but then at level 10, with a little bit of gear work, it switches around. You can get your fire spell power much higher than your light spell power. The other thing to keep in mind is that, well, I have some stuff going on, but I also have some gear floating around that kind of helps with spell power, magic, spell points, stuff like that. But you're firing off a 4 spell point power Scorching Ray. You're firing off a 4 spell power, or a spell point Scorching Searing Light, 2 spell points for Nimbus of Light, 7 for Holy Smite. So you can like ride really low. You don't need a lot of mana, but it is a point at a guy, click your spell, click your spell, click your spell. Guy dies somewhere along the line. Watch. What? Let's see how long this guy gets snooped. I think the answer is not going to be that long. I don't think he's going to live very long at all. The advantage of doing like a fire cleric for your first life is going to be, there's not a lot of SLA dependent decision, or not SLA, a lot of your stuff doesn't involve DCs. There you go. It's not a lot of DC based casting. So like what I mean is you're not casting Slay Livings a lot. You're not relying on that kind of power. You're not trying to insta kill things that often, because these, all these spells are damaging spells that doesn't require a save. Now that being said, Firewall is a thing that you're going to get that does still, still has a saving throw. You might still want to have some sort of crowd control type effect. I'm a big fan of Sound Burst for those kind of effects.
Sure.
What? No, I don't need to jump. Anyway, the other big advantage is, especially like on something like the hardcore server, is that you would be standing miles away, because all rays are long ranged. You can let somebody else go first, and you can just zap them. Unless you're soloing, like I am, mostly. Alright, we're going to fire off a turn, see if we can nail these earth elementals. Doesn't look like it. Let's try again. Also doesn't look like it. It's a rescue! Oh, I heard a baggie drop. Oh, it's just copper. I was all excited for a second. I don't know, man, Michael, is there anything else that I could, like, you don't understand or would like to know about the Fire Cleric in particular? Anyone else in the chat also? I do a really close job of watching the chat, so if you have a question, comment, etc., I'm happy to discuss it. What am I? Oh, somehow I re-equipped my bow again. I didn't have a bow in whatever Three Barrel Cove quest I needed a bow in, so I had to go. I had to two-toe Tobias, so I had to go break this or get the bow out of the chest on the boat, and now I'm like, ugh, I'd like to get rid of it, but what's the next quest that's gonna need a bow that I wasn't thinking about? I even looked, because like I said, I crafted this light stick today, right? I even looked at getting crafting it on a ranged weapon. Alright, so like for example here, look at this scorching ray damage. Now it doesn't do you a lot of good while it's on timer, but if you can target things one at a time and get a straight line on it, you're pretty much gonna get them. They tried to kill me. Fire Cleric, in my opinion, wrecks best in Radiant Servant because all the turning undead and elementals do to fire. Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to things, but I would rather do as much. I mean, you're gonna go deep in that tree later, right? You're gonna go in the Radiant Servant tree here pretty soon, but like because you're SLA bent, or at least I am, and that's how I kind of look at. I didn't make my joke about being a Clash Star. That, and you also just need the big nuke if you're going to be running around in Reapers. You just need to have the Sunbolt spell. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of slapping Inquisitive levels on this build. Should turn. It says turn elementals. It doesn't specifically say earth elementals. So we're not getting good turn rolls, I guess. A little bit sad. Just a little bit. Oh, hi.
I've noticed sometimes earth elements can be a little higher in our checks.
Everything. I have not turned a single elemental yet. I hit the button. I have not seen one turn. I have exploded an S-ton of undead, but not one elemental yet has been paused. Went on vacation. Nothing. Why aren't you busy killing things? Like, it's me. I'm the things. Why are you trying to get murdered? Thought we talked about this.
For the breakables.
For the breakables. Get your breakables before all the trolls die.
Trying.
Look, I'm not in charge of that hireling. He's gonna do whatever he wants. He's living his best life.
It's really hard to change. Once I get Coleman, I can hit verticals easy peasy.
Whoa. See what else is kind of going on with the build here. That's basically it. You get a lot of good utility as the cleric, and it is R1 soloable probably pretty quickly. I wouldn't recommend it on the hardcore server as like your soloer. Like if you're gonna solo Reaper 1s, I wouldn't recommend it necessarily, but it's close. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the flagging here. I'm not gonna do CO6, but I am gonna finish the flag so I don't have to come back out here until like level, what, 10 or 11. Slowly working through Elite on Hardcore League. Yeah, it's a fine Elite build for sure. I'm gonna pick up all my explorers around here. This is like one of the first explorer zones that I feel like it becomes valuable to hit. I mean, they're 360, pretty much just riding over. You're walking past a lot of them. You're doing a Pew Artie on the Hardcore League. Yeah, that sounds fine. The Warforged Artie. And I say that knowing full well and good that I'm going to be grouping up later with like a group that's half Warforged Arties. I said later today we're gonna take like an hour break, give or take, get something to eat, and then I'm going to be hitting the Hardcore League for raids. I think is the current plan. So people in the Hardcore League that's interested, wants to get a Hound done, wants to get a VOD done. Potentially a Lord of Blades, potentially a Mad Artificer. Today's a good day. I don't know how many slots we have filled. I believe we have 7-ish filled. I want this collectible. Screw it. I'm going to get it. I want it. It's mine. You can't stop me. Retarget this stupid Reaper. Stop dying.
Is there Rangers up top? But I didn't consider.
All I know is I cast my full heal thing on you, which has a 10-minute timer, and you're also standing on your goddamn soulstone. Somebody really wants to stay here. People are like, Samus, you are crabby, and the answer is yes. I literally have gotten 10 hours of sleep in the last 3 days. Crabby Samus is here. I apologize. But that is how it is, kids. Saw Nimbin was going to do a Shroud on Hardcore 2 with 2 free lives. Yeah, he may have talked himself out of that. He may have decided to talk himself into it. I don't know. They have tested that people can detour to the beginning at the end of part 4 and not be murdered. So I told him that I would help as much as I could, but I have no interest in losing any lives. Like, if I can... Like, I don't care at the end of the day how high my score is. I would like to have as many... Oh, I'm glad he didn't leave. He would have gotten murdered by this scorpion. At the end of the day, I would like to have a nice big fat score, but I also would like to have all of my lives. So having my lives are more important to me than having the super high score. This way when people are like, oh, you made it on the board on softcore, finally, good job, Sam. I'd be like, well, I kept all my lives. So just a matter of things worked out a little bit better this go around. I also have to say, as a person who advocated the earning extra lives a lot, I really like how it's playing. I've had lots of people in my group end up cashing in those extra lives due to things like uncontrollable lag, stuff like that, things that are outside of their control. And to me, it's just a nice. It's a nice thing. So people calling it all softcore leagues and stuff like that. I'm not a believer in that. I feel like it just changes the challenge slightly, which again, I personally think that feels good. I can understand why some people would think that after doing the previous 2 seasons, but I'm not one of those people. Alright, so we gotta climb both ladders anyway, and I have to get both collectibles anyway. I'm gonna start over here and get this one and then go over there. This spell does not have near the range as the rays do, so it's a lot more difficult to break all the breakables from ranged in this room, which apparently, yeah, there's just one. Apparently there's none, but there is in fact some. Get out of here. What else exciting things are happening today? Whatever, just go away. You were a mistake. You're a waste of plat. Poor Flare. I really thought that a potentially self-healing, insta-killing with PK hireling would be good, but there's a reason why I always take some sort of melee. They just don't have the hit points to live, especially on hardcore. Not hardcore, on Reapers. They just are not built to hang, even if they don't do very much damage. Just something else being there to physically take a hit off of like a Reaper or something while you're lining up the shot has a lot of value, and the guys constantly being dead does not add that value. Maybe starting next level and I can carry around raised dead scrolls, it'll be a different story, but for now it's a lot of nope. Oh, I love this loading into the quest lag. It's the best. Get on my collectible.
Sounds like you're gonna have a better afternoon than me, though.
We'll see. I hope I'm going to have a great afternoon. I hope we're going to get all sorts of exciting stuff done. I'm not going to die, and it's going to be great. However, the danger is I'm tired. My head hurts. And I'm going to put some calories in, already being tired, already being in pain. So what's the odds that I'm going to be playing optimally? So the danger becomes, is my build strong enough to support me when I'm not optimal? I think it is, but that's Wizards for you.
Just think, as you're working your way towards glory, I'll be tearing apart my engine in 90-degree heat on my only running vehicle.
But some of those things do not sound like they're correct. I have a little moped that I don't drive around very much, but I probably need to get I don't drive it around because it's not tagged right now. I need to probably get it tagged so I can drive it around. There's a lot of Fridays where I need something, because right now my son is using my truck, right? Like, he's basically claimed it for his own. And then my wife and I are sharing her car. So my only other vehicle when Remington has my truck is the school bus, which is not something I want to be driving around town to run errands or whatever. Not that I'm a huge fan. Alright, Trap's down. Not that I'm a huge fan of like running around with my moped to run errands either, but I imagine it would probably be slightly better than running around in the bus. Like, I only have two options: all in or hardly at all. Why did you split? Spider split the ooze? Interesting. I did not think a spider ranged attack would split an ooze.
Just replacing the water pump before winter. I just can't. He paid somebody else like $700 to do it.
Oh, well. It's got to be done. I don't know. My next big thing for auto maintenance is I really need to get the limiter either removed or replaced or reset on the school bus. I'd like to do that pretty soon. I'm hoping that one of my mechanically inclined friends will be able to assist me. But if not, I'm going to have to pay somebody. Because that is way outside of my capabilities. Because right now the school bus is set for like 63 if I have the pedal all the way to the metal. And that is not fast. When you're talking about doing some mileage.
Yeah, our vehicles were set for that when we had the convoy. It was so brutal.
Well, I don't mind driving slow. But I just would like to do. I'd like to do the speed limit. You know, like if you're driving on a 70-mile-an-hour interstate, I feel like it's almost, and you're doing 63 because that's literally the fastest you can go. It seems a little bit dangerous to me to be going under the speed limit so slow. But I do now have a big teal bus, so it's not like people should just rear into me because they're not paying attention.
Well, that's when they won't let you get over to get on the off ramp, and now you gotta go 8 miles to turn around to get back.
No, just stop or slow down or whatever. I don't care. Also, I usually don't, especially in the school bus. I'm not spending a lot of time in the passing lane. Oh, we got double chest down here, by the by. Alright, so that's Grey Moon waning. So we can flag up for CO6. I think I'm going to grab the rest of the explorers down here on the bottom really quickly. Just to have that ready to go. I'll do the top ones when I run through for CO6. Yeah, it should be fine. Although we are really close to level 9, which is a massive power jump. 9 for this build is one of the top power jumps. It would be 9 would be the big power jump, except we have one level of arty, which means 10 now is our biggest power jump for quite a while. But normally you get firewall at 9 levels of cleric on this build. So kind of see. May have to go for it real quick. I don't know. The horse really changed Explorer Zones again for me. Like, I always enjoy doing Explorer Zones because it's calm and peaceful and you really don't have to pay attention that much. But with the addition of a horse, it's like, no, I could just like zerg through and pick up a quick 1,000 experience points, enough to, you know, instead of doing a whole quest here or whatever, you can run through, pick them up. You usually get like 10 or 15,000 experience out of an Explorer Zone around this level range. You knock out like all the explorers, knock out the rares as you see them, etc. Alright, let's see what else we got. We have cage trolls, another man, a couple of the other 6s. Yeah, we have some 6s to do. Dread predators. We got a couple of quests out in House P, or yeah, House Drasco, not House P. Some in House P, some in House Drasco. I think we should head to House Drasco first. They're the quicker quest picker uppers. Do like Red Willows, Dread Predators, Sleepless Nights. The only one that's long in there is, well, none of them are long. All those quests are short. Reasonable excuse for experience per minute. Dead Girl's not too bad. It's a little bit longer than some of the other ones. But I haven't done it on a Turner for a while. Alright, again, because it's physically the closest to where I happen to be, I'm going to step into Red Willows first. that started. Oh, you know what? I picked up an extra action point. We could have had one more crit chance, right? Yeah, we could have. Well, mistakes are made. Control F1 is what I'm using to fast forward through those conversations, by the way, in case you are unaware. Zaps. Nope, I missed. So here's a D&D question for everyone. If I have a race of half golems called the Gorble, and they can curse you to turn you into a half golem like them, is that too telling? Where I get the idea from? Do I need like a different name? The Gorb? Sorry, the Gorb. It's what it's called, the Gorb. Right? Is that too much on Front Street? Are my players gonna be like, oh, we know where this is going? Like if we have a Glorb related quest or two. I hope more than anything I get a bunch of people like, I have no idea what you're talking about, Sam. And then I know that we're on the right track. Can't stop thinking about Kirk fighting the Gorn. You know who also has a great Gordon fighting scene or episode? Enterprise. There's an amazing no, you went too far out. You picked up the scorpions. I tell you guys, Enterprise had it all. I'm gonna pick up the rest of the scorpions. Get my chest. Also suspect I'm going to be rewatching Voyager soon. I love Enterprise. I know there's a lot of people out there who like are still down on it. Gore is one of them here. He has a hard time dealing with Scott Batch.
Yeah.
Yeah, as anything other than the Quantum Leap guy. But I feel like he's just a good actor and thought that it did a really good job. And I feel like I should do a bunch of YouTubers are doing like essentially hate/love pieces on Enterprise lately. I've noticed, and it could just be that they're showing up in my feed because you know, everything's connected. My computer's like, oh, Samus just rewatched Enterprise, you know, in the last month. So quick, YouTube, show him all the love-hate relationships on that. And it's like, man, what? Oh, this witch doctor, get out of here. Not dealing with your nonsense. Speaking of nonsense, I'm not putting up with your dying. Cut it out.
I got wands. If I need them.
How about D-Door? Do you have a D-Door?
No, I went too soon.
Okay, then we're gonna run this way. I just didn't know if you took haste or D-Door, if you even have the ability to cast. Oh, yes, they're not. It's not level 3. It's level 4. Still, I don't know. I didn't get D-Door until level 19. My last life on that Warlock build. So slow. How did this one live? That seems wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I really enjoyed Enterprise. Alright, so nobody's like, the Glorb is too on point. I can get away with it. I was thinking about it last night when I couldn't sleep. You found a giant. I was trying to heal you, but you were already dead. I need some quicken pretty soon, I think.
I hit 2 of them with a web, though.
I mean, I think it's obvious enough that anyone who's familiar with the context at all will get it, and anyone who isn't, doesn't even matter if you straight up call them Borg. Well, my players, so I like putting referencey type things in my D&D campaigns. I want to be careful that it's not so on the nose that people are going to be like, oh, well, this is just that. But I want it to be like, I want it to be a fun reference that when people get it, they like, ah! You know what I mean? See, I figure if I use the line resistances, they're going to be very sporadically used. Like I only have a couple of encounters planned to use them so far, and I don't even necessarily plan on. It's more of oh, how to put it. So this upcoming campaign, let me check to make sure that nobody from my campaign is actually here. I mean, I don't imagine they would be because they're all butts. Alright, yeah, no one's here. So my plan is to have a very nautical themed series of adventures, and in fact they're going to be basically based out of a ship, right? That's the plan. Well, one of the adventures that I kind of have in mind is based again off of that episode of Enterprise, where the Borg take over. Like they show up in Antarctica, and then they end up taking over the small ship that the research team had out there and taking off. So I'm gonna base it similarly, where these guys are basically asked to intercept and try to rescue a ship taken over similarly. And I don't actually plan on them having... It'll be almost entirely a ship-to-ship battle situation. Yeah, that episode was epic. I agree. I don't remember the name of it, but it might be called that. Like, that sounds right to me. I would not be surprised if that was what it was called at all. I guess Sleepless Nights is the next physically closest quest. I don't know why I always get messed up on this one. Yeah, that'd be it. That episode is insane. That's so good. So yeah, that's my current plan, is to do something like that. And then like along the way they would encounter another ship stranded that they let's see, Haunted Library, Sleepless Nights, that's the one. That was previously attacked. They'll encounter another ship, and that is where we'll have like the one encounter with the in process being converted into flesh golem people. Hey, Tlab. It's up to you. Okay, so it is pretty on the nose. That's what I wanted to hear. That's what I wanted to hear. It's like two on the nose. So what I'm hearing is don't use the name until later. Don't drop the title, the monster title, until you're ready for them to go. Ah. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to figure out when to kind of drop that on the players. Which you don't have to. Like, they don't come out and... I don't think in that episode they ever actually say anything. Like, I don't think they ever dropped the Borg stuff. They might. They may have eventually dropped it in that episode. I don't remember, but... He said, I can do an awful lot, I think, without saying anything, and see if my players get it. And then later in the campaign, if I bring them back again a second time, which I probably will at some point bring them back. I just don't currently have plans for it. Was that 10? That was 10. Alright, so my plan now is to just go and complete super fast. If you want to stay back here, that's totally fine.
Sweet. Oh, get something from the fridge.
Okay, well, it's not going to take that long.
30 seconds.
I'm not going to switch in the stream. I'm going to take a short break. Make something to eat. But it'll be about an hour. Just an hour break or so. Maybe 2 hour break. Depends on when I stop today. Normally on Wednesdays, because I start an hour late, I go an hour late. But I'm not. I'm tired. I'm hungry, so I'm not 1,000% sure that I'm not gonna stop early to get something to eat. And as always, you guys are welcome to join. If you're level appropriate on the Sarlona server and you want to come along, send me a tell. You guys are always welcome. Although I do plan on starting the Dread Predators, so if people want Dread Predator experience, it's going to be pretty bloody quickly here. Oh no, I think my players are going to have a lot of fun with some of the stuff I have in mind. It's just going to be a matter of how many references do they get, and are they in the mood? Because I want it to be, I want the references to be there, but I don't want it to be like, oh, well, this is deeply inspired by, like, it can be inspired by X, but I don't want it to be. I just want to make sure that I'm walking the line on being inspired versus like completely just taking entire plot lines. Also, like that's a thing that I worry about sometimes. There he is. Hey, big boy. Still don't understand why these guys just haven't died. Come on. I didn't even see my turn attempt there. There we go. Oh, we rolled a 19. We're just gonna have to, like, straight up take some beats, I guess, if we want to be good at turning things. All these buttons. Also, I mentioned this the other day, but if people have, like, interesting names, how to put this, like, if you would like to donate some names to the campaign, like for NPCs, some recurring and some not recurring, I would very much appreciate inputs. I don't want to I don't want them to be like, I'm one of those people who name everything similarly. Get murdered. There we go. Got him now. Oh yeah, you did get murdered. Stop it.
Beautiful.
Hey, what's up? Well, I know that you're really excited for this, but I think what's left are the 6s and the 12 that I didn't do. Let's see what's left. Yeah, kind of a big deal. Purge the Heretics. Oh, I guess I got a couple of 6s out in House P that can be done really quick too.
I thought you didn't do all that stuff. I thought you were just like, time to level up.
I'm not level 9 yet.
Oh, okay.
Like I've got just a little bit more experience till I'm ready to take level 9.
Okay.
So like,
Yeah, whatever. You the boss.
okay, well you know the rules. Send me a tell.
I'm logging both the characters in right now.
I'm running over to pick up the questicles. Yeah, probably start with Purge the Heretics because again it'll physically be the closest. But anyway, I don't want to be like Captain Redbeard. You know what I mean? Like, I would like to have some slightly more interesting names than stuff like that.
What about Fred?
See, maybe slightly, like, I don't mind having a Fred, but, you know, maybe something slightly more,
Something slightly more interesting.
yeah, like an Alfred, maybe. My grandfather's name is Alfred. I could see naming somebody Alfred. No, be on fire.
Okay, get a shipment invite when you get a chance.
Oh, I missed that guy. That guy should have got set on fire. I feel bad now. Let's go set some more things on fire. Yes. Yes, that is exactly what happened. See me. So in my opinion, one of the things that makes Enterprise such a great series for Star Trek fans is that they tied the various things together in ways that other episodes and other series did not / could not. Or chose not to. Ooh. So like I always go back to this, but one of the things I'm gonna go do these traps now. One of the things that that I think does a great job, that Enterprise does that like some of the other shows do not, is that explanation as to why Klingons look the way they look in the original series versus the Next Generation.
You and
Yeah, I'm hitting the button right now. Right? So like they explain that. They cover it. They make references to those individual or not worlds, but like the movie stuff like that.
Could you share?
Same thing. Oh man, I love me Enterprise. It is my favorite. I feel like there are two kind of people in the world: people who love Enterprise and people who don't realize they love Enterprise yet. I'd like to do more watch parties. And I had hoped to do, like, we did Broken Bow, which is the first episode of Enterprise. We had like 3 or 4 people hanging out with us. And then we actually had a bunch of people complain that they missed it. But it was not so popular that I kept doing it. I would go back to do those things again to revisit TV shows that I watch. But I end up doing like I'll watch an episode of something when I'm trying to do that wind down after the stream. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to me to like have a watch party for something I'm trying to do when trying to recover from streaming. No, right.
Jackbox in a long time.
I have not. I mean, it's fine for like I'm kind of overplaying DDO, but it's not good for me like winding down, getting ready for bed. Like that's what I'm trying to do. It takes me like an hour or two just to get my head to where it's not like, and I haven't been able to do it this week at all.
Right.
You know, so like putting on an episode of something and zoning out, trying to relax. But said I would not be opposed to doing more watch parties. Let's see. I guess we're going to do Rest for the Restless because it's the next physically closest quest. And I need like some more experience before I can level. Summon Ellery, I need you. Hey, love you 3002, buddy. Who you love? Thank you very much. How you doing this morning, guy? Apparently, you made it safely to your destination. Yeah, I said I'll be on hardcore. I think most of the. Why you trying to murder me? I think you pull yours again. One is straight across. One is this L shape. I think you.
I got them mixed up.
I think you goobered me.
My bad.
It was an easy drive with really loud music.
Sounds like a good thing.
Alright, Ellery, come here. I would love your playlist. I mean, you know, I say this to people all the time and no one believes me, but I pretty much can listen to anything. I can listen to metal. It is not my favorite thing on the world. Okay. I'll deal with it when it catches up to me, I guess.
Let me know.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly prefer to put on like a podcast or something when I drive. That's like my favorite. Little Richie, Buddy Holly, Little Richard Eagles, yeah, that sounds good. Listen to that.
What about like semen purple sides or something?
Semen purple sides. I feel like those are not things that I'm familiar with.
But you said it's nautical, right? Like water stuff?
Not water, buddy.
Okay.
We're
I was confused. I thought you were asking me about a band that I would put on my playlist, and I'm like, Seaman Ironsides, and I'm like, what the? This is insane.
I was gonna try to pick up names for you.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst thing I've ever heard. It's not the best thing I've ever heard. All right, just because to finish the thing, we'll do Cage Trolls, and then I think I'm gonna take 9.
Okay.
That's insane. Seaman Ironsides. Oh man.
But I was watching No Little Deep Space Nine last night, my favorite ones. I might put the Enterprise on tonight. Watch a couple of those.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I love Enterprise so much. In high school, these other D&D players had a band called Cracktooth Ogre. Oh man, that is a band name for sure. There's a collectible over there, so I'm legally obligated to pick up collectibles wherever I can find them. They were not good. Oh man. I still can't get over the Seaman Ironsides. Like, I don't know if I want, like, where I'd want to use that name. I have no idea. Like, literally nowhere, but man, that is a name.
You gotta give him like a quirk where if anybody actually like snickers at his name, and he just goes off the handle, goes into like a barbarian rage.
Well, why would anyone laugh at that? They're just sailors. All right, bud. Have fun at your meeting. Your fancy meeting.
Make all the money.
Stop. In the name of Sam. Excuse me. Would you like to talk about the... No, he didn't. He wanted to die. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, we now have a box price for double masters.
Oh,
$250 a box.
Oh. Hey, buddy. Cheaper than my LGS.
I'm always going to be cheaper than your LGS.
Hey, you're not wrong.
But if I know Todd, and I kind of do, he's probably making like $12 a box.
Yeah.
But at that price point, I'm going to see if he's going to let me cash in my store credit, because I have almost $400 in store credit again. I'm going to level.
Okay.
What's, let's see. Oh, and we get to do sweet level 7s. What's the level 7s that everybody hates to do?
Everyone hates the pit. I don't know why.
Oh, I meant in this group who hates things.
Oh.
Well, I like all of them.
Alright, chat, you guys get a vote on the level 7s. Go now. Tell me what you want to see. What time is it? It's 1:30? Yeah, we have time for like a pit. We have time for like...
Well, elemental evil.
Well, I don't know that quest very well,
I
unfortunately.
don't either.
I do want to take some time to learn it a little bit, but I'm still waiting to find somebody who knows it and can teach it to me, so then I can learn it enough to teach it to others.
Yeah, I can like pretend my way through it, but not enough to actually know it.
Alright, so this is where I'm really torn. Part of me would really like to have like improved turning. The other part of me would really like to have like Quicken. But I really only need Quicken for Sunbolts and heal spells. And I can live with it, and Gore just dies a whole bunch regardless of how quick I heal him. Gore's
Yeah,
like,
I'm the first lifer, so
Gore's like, you
better.
son of a bleep. I also would not be opposed to having the past life for Wizard. Arcane Initiate picks up +1 spell DCs. Also be really good. But I think I'm just gonna get extra value out of the turning. Like, it's the best thing about being a cleric is the turning.
I thought so.
But you only turn one level higher for a whole feat.
I mean, I took improved turning, but
Seems disgusting.
Yeah, but it's that 0110 thing, right? Once you get it,
Yeah, I'm just gonna
everything
take
does.
+1 to my spell DCs. I'm just gonna trust that eventually things are gonna turn, or I'll stop hitting the button. So now, I think what we start doing is now we start going up to Radiant Servant Tree. Or I can pick up one more spell. Critical.
It looks like I might have time for one more. Karen just messaged me that he's about to come and get going on it.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm putting it up to you guys in the chat. Tier de con. That sounds perfect. All right. So quick gear change. You get out of here. All right. So our new weapon set is going to basically be the Celestial Bacon and the Coalescent Coinage. Ironically, this is literally what I ended up using on my favorite soul life, like 3 lives back now, literally all I ended up using for the whole from 1 to 20. I don't think there's anything to turn in this quest. Maybe a fire elemental somewhere, but I don't really think so.
I think it's like all ogres. Hobgoblins, whatever they are.
Hobnoblins! Yeah, I just... Clerics really need some other AoE spell besides Sound Burst. I'm going to clean up a couple of the traps for the bonus, then I'll be right behind you.
Get Blade Barrier.
Yes, I was meaning now. Literally everything I have right now is single target, with the exception of Blade Barrier.
This dog wants to eat me.
Delicioso. Where are you?
Hiding from them.
Oh, that was you. I assumed that was... I should have known better because you're wearing the Reaper cloak. I should have realized that was you.
He's also not a dwarf.
Nah, I wasn't paying any attention to that.
I am short and mighty.
If you want to go ahead, I will clean up this stuff. Like, I'll do optional if you want to go ahead.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Then we get this stuff done twice as quick, and we get all the things.
Sure.
Take gore if you want. Just stay alive.
Well, I have no way to heal Gore, so no way to heal myself.
Gore allegedly has the ability to use a wand.
The only way I have to heal myself is staunch. So.
Well, you two warlocks rub warlocks together and figure it out. Or somebody can whip out a hireling or whatever.
I have a hireling. The bard at the beginning of the quest.
Oh, that works too. But no, if you guys are interested in picking up double master boxes, I believe you can send us a message on our Arena Facebook page, a direct message. And we are taking orders that way.
Very well may.
But I don't know if he's going to prioritize out-of-towner or in-towners first. I just don't know. Said I'm very tempted to buy a box and sit on it. If he'll let me.
I think that would appreciate the value.
You think? Me sitting on it?
Yeah.
Be surprised. This has got a little. So for those of you who don't know, my nether regions literally are magic. I can rub my body parts on Magic the Gathering packs and get higher quality rares and foils and things out of said materials. Usually the first hit's free and then it's $5 after that. That's how quality and how high track record my nether regions are for improving packs.
Nice.
It's fact. This isn't even me being facetious. It's just scientifically proven.
Oh, they did
Peer
studies
reviewed
on
everything.
On your nether regions?
Huh?
They did studies on your nether regions?
That's correct.
Oh, yeah.
Because just remember, the only difference between making a claim and science is writing it down.
Was this peer reviewed as well?
Well, sort of. I have to summon Ellery here. Because my strength is too little to pull this lever.
Ellery's strength is probably too little to pull the lever.
No, Ellery pulled the lever, no problem.
Oh.
I have 3 druid past lives and like a big boat buff, so my summonses are very strong.
Thinking about doing 3 druid past lives. I've got 1. Just think that the racials are a little bit more beneficial right now.
Oh no, I'm so glad that I got my triple completionist done. I feel like it's very, very good.
Yeah, at some point I'll get it done. It's just I think that the racials are more important than going to get triple completionist.
I mean, like I said, I'm very glad that I got it done because I actually would. It's tough. It's tough. Like the action points are really good, but so many of the class, you know, for me, in the way that I play. You know, like specifically the Druid Past Life one. That one comes in handy so often.
Right.
Some of the other ones are of a similar nature.
Like more well-rounded than min-max.
Yeah. I mean, you're also coincidentally probably also very close to min-max. Oh hey, I know what else I should do. Surprise! Should put this on my bar somewhere. Put it here. Not how often we're actually going to hit this maximize and power button, but maybe a lot. Or not maximize and power, magic missile button. Let's hit it now. Blue. Oh man, can you guys hear the thunder? The thunder is just cracking.
Nope.
I'm really surprised that I have not heard thump 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 from the dogs coming downstairs to hide in my office.
Oh.
Doesn't look like rain. Might have been something else like. Storms are scary sometimes playing horror games like DDO. He thinks you and I have a different definition of horror games. Like this section of the quest right here could be a horror game for sure. Or certainly a nightmare if nothing else.
What section are you at?
With all the champ dogs down under the water, no, not under the water. Around the jump. I have one more shard to grab and I'll catch you back up.
Alright, I'm grabbing the golem shard.
Okay. About to go get the wisdom shard now.
Yeah. Actually, Gore, you grab that because I got no, like inventory space at all. Keep forgetting to go use my portable hole.
Whoa! Somebody has made the quest very angry.
We're at that.
I know where you're at.
Spawning room.
Yeah, I know. Ooh, and I get a video to watch while I'm cooking. New one from Matthias. Oh, I should have grabbed some Race Dead scrolls. That was the other thing I meant to grab. It's fine. I'll be caught up in a couple of minutes.
Alright, it's open, Gore.
Alright, healing up and I'll come bolt down.
Alright, I'm gonna medium zerg into the shrine here. I got gibbers going. Got it.
Yeah, you forget how nice it can be to have like multiple people doing like Team A stuff and Team B stuff, like in quests, especially like this one.
Excuse me and Gore are Team Alpha. Okay?
That's fine. You guys can be the Alpha team if that's the label you choose for yourselves. Alright, let's search the secret door out. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't.
Are you ready for this quest to be like done?
Yeah, I think. I only have 5 traps. I can't think of another trap bonus in the quest though.
That's another name. You can go Skipper Alphawood.
Skipper Alpha Wood. Omega Wood.
Oh, we didn't get that one guy in area.
Yeah, the War Mage.
Yeah.
Because you were on your gibbers counter, probably.
Yeah, I medium zerg to the shrine. And it's staunch not the best. Staunch is the best.
Medium Zerg. Anyway, for those of you who have not already done so, I'm going to go ahead and also throw a little request out here for you guys. If you wouldn't mind doing me a solid and jumping over to sometime the next little while, youtube.com/SamusGarobo. I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers this year, this summer, whatever you want to call it. And you guys would really help me out a lot if you could go over there and subscribe on my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Great way to support the stream for free. I'm still breaking stuff along the way that I see, but oh, no, I'm not breaking anything now.
Quest is over.
I'm done with that. Strider U22. Thanks for subscribing or following over here on Facebook. Appreciate that. Or sorry,
You
Twitch.
You got too much stuff to keep track of, man.
Yeah, I'm trying. Trying to keep track of all the things. Trying to just do the streaming on all fronts for people.
I need to sell badly here.
Do it. Sell with a vengeance. Do I care enough to run through the rest of this quest for junk chest? Probably. I am greedy, and you never know which of this loot is randomly going to be great.
Have an ion stone in it.
What? Ion stone, just like in general, great. Low level stuff.
Have a boat in it.
Anything. Who knows? I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to leave this quest soon. I don't think those guys are gonna leash. I'm out of sprint boost. Oh, our sprint boot's too much already. Ah, well, welcome, 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 welcome. Appreciate you hitting the follow button. It does mean a lot. And then I'm also going to go ahead and plug the Patreon. It's a great way to support the stream financially if you have $1 or $2 a month that you don't like to kick this way, because, like, man, you know, Samus puts a lot of work out here for us, dear viewers. Like to be able to hook him up with $1 or $2 a month. Doesn't typically affect you guys that much, but it adds up on my end quite a bit. Reminder that world character transfers are currently disabled while we do some server work over the next week or so. Nice. Yeah, I had heard that, let's see, Jerry made a little bit of a comment about, looks like they kind of have this stuff solidified on DDO's side now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was under the impression he feels like everything's kind of under control now.
Cool.
And he very strongly inferred that it was in fact something outside of their control.
Oh,
Right,
really?
Sinbar and yeah. And Amber and whatever this one's called. I just love turning that stuff in. I know it's a waste of time and it's bad, but I get some sort of sick enjoyment out of it. Oh, I can't even eat that because it's slotted. Lame.
Like, here's your junk, buddy. Enjoy.
Now I want my 10 gold. Didn't know if you all knew about Sovereign Pot. This one right here. But yes, that's a great tip as well. Sovereign 2 pot is once again activated. I also threw it up in the guild reminder thing just in case. Alright, I'm gonna repair and sell super fast as well.
I've got one of those too. I'm not sure when I'm going to drink it.
I'm kind of hoping that I'm going to get some epics in again soon. Or not epics, some bigger epic elites.
I was going to say, you don't do epics.
I do sometimes. I don't do a lot, but I do some.
What are we doing?
Well, I think Gore's got to go, so we should do whatever it is that he likes doing the most.
No, I'm back. I got everything ready, so if they come, I'll just close the game. When they come.
Chat, do you guys have a preference for,
Just do Guan since we're right here.
Sure? Whatever. Said I'm down with... I'm just tearing through stuff. I'm probably going to wrap up here at the bottom of the hour, just so I have enough time to get some food.
I wonder what you'll pick. So many choices.
And hopefully, potentially a nap. Said I am more than just a little bit concerned about the about playing on the hardcore, still half asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't want to bite it in a raid that I would normally think is easy and stupid, like VOD. Just because I'm like in the middle of a yawn or something, my eyes were closed when I needed to be killing an orthon. You know what I mean?
Nope. Just got the message. It'll be like 5 minutes, so I'm just gonna level to 7. Call
Okay.
it.
I mean, if you want to step into the quest and go AFK someplace, that's probably not a big deal. I'm going to start getting the things if you want to clear out here or vice versa.
I'll probably stick with you this one.
Alright, I'll go clear outside if you want to get the things then.
Okay.
But yeah, I kind of want to leave Thought Core up at 20 until you're ready to go into Epics again.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen sooner than later, but I have no idea what my turnovers or whatever is going to be like yet when it comes to Epics. I said, I honestly fully hope / expect for Tobrel and Distributed and Beef and those guys to just like mostly pick me up on their back and just be like blark, you know what I mean? Like, what are you guys up to? Oh, I don't know, like R6, this random quest. Like, oh, bring me in, coach.
Rudy.
Exactly.
Well, partially it's because I still have that Epic box, right? So I want to use that up.
Yeah.
Then I'll go back to home.
working on it, you complainer.
Complaining?
I heard you complaining. Complain like my old lady complains.
You don't touch her in no place either?
Exactly. Not on stream, anyhow. Boink. Get me one of them there only fan pages. Maybe then I could touch her in a naughty place on stream, but that sounds unlikely also. Alright. If I disable the traps here, do you think you can do the middle one on your own, and then I'll start terrorizing this side?
Sure.
I just don't know what you're comfortable with.
I got staunch, I'll be alright.
I had another guy join me on the hardcore server. Like, I was soloing the quest on Reaper 1, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm me. That's what I do. And a guy came in. I told him where I was at. Told him what I was up to. He said, okay. He runs off to a different section, right?
Mm-hmm.
And does some stuff. Goes, oh, I didn't realize where you were at. I'm like, no problem. I'm over here. Runs through catches up, grabs a bunch of aggro, falls in cap. I go, oh, I got my heal on the way. Alt F4s. Okay. Switches characters. Okay, it's fine. Whatever. I'm just like, if you would have slowed down 2 seconds and listened to what I had said, not only would you have not had a problem, right? But also, you would have gotten the completion for this quest.
Right.
Like, just people not... Oh, I'm glad that I healed you before you decided to run through there.
Yeah, I thought that I'd been able to jump through it,
Thank you.
Alright, well, thanks for the runs. Good luck on raids and stuff. Wish me luck.
Yep, have
Be around
fun.
later.
Play
See you
with
later,
your
Flav.
water pumps, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Good times. It'll my
Times anyway,
game
right?
also.
That demon soul tried to kill you. Did you see that?
I did see that.
He was gonna murder you dead.
Well, I did bump the Reaper up a little bit.
Oh, did you? I didn't pay
Yeah, we're on
attention.
over.
I wasn't paying attention. All I know is this thing is not a R3 soloable mess. Oh, that's good. I really thought I'd be able to probably shoot that guy to death, but spells don't land is the thing, I suppose.
I need to work on my conjuration DCs right now. It is not, my webs are not hitting like I want them to.
Come on, just a little bit more damage. Just hurt me a little bit more. Come on, you guys. Stop screwing around. Ugh, is this close enough? Is it enough damage? Sure.
What are you worried about?
If I'm gonna take the time to put my big long luck of whatever on timer, I want it to be worth it.
Oh.
So if they're gonna hit me enough where I think I want to cash that in, I want them to really hit me.
Right.
Instead, they took me down to 120, where I think I probably could have healed up. I was only down 300 hit points. Probably could have healed up without hitting that button, but close enough, I guess. No, this build... No, I'm not going to say that. Never mind. I was going to say maybe this build would be good for the hardcore server, but it's not. It's a terrible idea. Don't do it. It's too stat intense for it to be good.
What do you need? Just wisdom and charisma, right?
No, you need lots of intelligence if you're going to keep up your rogue skills.
Oh, yeah, you got rogue skills. No, that's right.
It's more than it looks like, I think. Alright, so I didn't clear the middle one, but it should be pretty easy. I'll start working on the traps and clear the last one. Just remember the poison trap in the middle.
Yeah.
That is where that guy died, I think. He died. He took a bunch of that poison damage and then tried to get nuked. Want to become famous? Oh, man. I know that there's a great way to get blocked on this channel.
Already would have been if I were there.
I need, like, was in the middle of a 6-on-1.
Yep. Band hammer hasn't been used in a while.
I had one yesterday also.
Everybody knew that you were already famous on certain websites.
That's right. www.thefattesthalfling.com.
Yeah. That's the one. At least that's the one during the daytime show.
Oh, it's the only one that ever matters. The fattest halfling. No, I guess I should also, if I'm going to start putting stuff on samusgrobo.com, I should probably start pimping it a little bit more often too, but that's not the button I thought I hit. Said zoop. Shoop. Shoop. I don't understand why this thing sometimes breaks breakables and sometimes skips breakables. I don't understand.
I think it's because it doesn't like you.
Guess. See, like that right there. That should have broken that box, I think. I'm like 10% to splash a wizard level in this build just so I can have an easier way to break boxes.
There's no one surprised that you're ready to splash a wizard level.
Splash a wizard level, take a freaking the ability to break boxes, pick up a cleave, not that I really care. Alright, that's good.
If your final life isn't wizard, then
Oh, it's 100%. Like, the only other thing that's even close would be Artie. I don't think it's that close. I don't know why I detoured. You gotta recall both ways, I think.
got him.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's very likely that when I am done, it'll be another Wizard Rogue build.
Yeah.
It's just so strong.
I was heavily considering doing a Master this life
Yeah, it's...
on the dwarf.
It is by far the strongest.
Just wanted to go around fingering people, you know.
Well, yeah, but also it's just... It's so sturdy. It's...
Pit 30? That's what time it is, Pit 30?
I don't really think I have time for the pit. I mean, we can try it. We can try it, I guess.
Well, me and you both know it really well, so I imagine it should be a pretty fast hit.
Yeah, but it's still basically like a 28-minute run.
I think I did it in 15 minutes last life with Rhett. I don't know, we can just bump it down to R1 too and just
Do whatever. Do whatever, we'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens. I don't mind doing higher Reapers, this thing does not feel...
Let's do R3 and then I'll summon a hireling. That way you don't have to babysit me.
That's a good call. Run, 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 lag for the days. You can get the lightning liver room too.
Yep. I figured. The way my computer set up is it's like sit right next to one of the couches. My son is like sitting there watching TV, enjoying himself, but he's kicking my entire desk.
Good, you don't need things to be sturdy or...
I'm just like sitting here, my whole like an earthquake, you know?
Well, you are in California, deal.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, one of the things that irritates me the most is my wife likes to come and lean on my chair, and she's similar. She like bops, so she'll like just bop on my chair, and I'm just like, could you not do that?
Damn woman.
What? I'm not doing anything. Like you're slamming into my chair.
Yeah, it's like subconscious though, you know? No.
I don't care. I just want it stopped. I'm not assigning blame or anger or anything. It's just like, just stop it.
He's a smart man. He's learned after a couple years of marriage.
You're an adult, grown ass woman. Stop bouncing my chair.
A couple years of marriage, you finally learned, huh?
No. Still just makes her mad. If you're standing at the furnaces, the furnace will be ready to go. If you need me to do the furnace, it'll be a second.
I can do it.
Hey, doggo.
I thought you were about to get in trouble again.
No. Alright. And I am standing at the next point. What's up? Quinn? Where'd you go? Hi. Hi. You want to come say hi? Hello. Hello. The fuzzy puppy. The fuzzy puppy. Tell everybody hi. Go hello, everybody. Hello.
Scale of like 0 to like 30. How much do you care about this? Use optional.
I don't care. You do whatever you want. What is the current maximum character level in DDO? 30, but they're about ready to raise it. And also, it's really weird because there's another mechanic called Epic Destinies. That's really the post-level 20 power stuff.
As well as past lives, which add more levels to you.
Not really.
Well, if you look on the friends list, you when the person's offline, they're like level like 130 or whatever, you know.
Yeah, but that doesn't really, like, none of those things count.
Really, you couldn't staunch. Come on. All right, I think I can still recover here. Hold on. Yeah, Marissa's got some raised dead, so.
Okay.
I'll be alright.
Like, I already started to move, so I'm gonna have to rerun around. That's alright. It won't take me very long. By the time you get up here, I'll be back in position again.
Alright.
So yeah, technically the answer is 30. It'll be going up, and I would assume to 32 here sometime by the end of this year.
40.
They're not going to put them all at once. They're going to slowly raise it to 40 over the next probably 3 years or something.
Oh, I doubt that. I think it's going to all be at once.
Well, they have specifically said that they were not going to put them all at once.
Oh, did they? I
Yeah.
missed that post, I guess.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a post. Jerry specifically talked about it on one of the
One of the streams?
streams.
Oh, okay. Kill me, Marissa. Thank you. Alright. Done.
Yep, I already started moving.
Marissa over here so she can res me. Don't res me now. They really need to change the AI for Reaper for like, oh, you know.
They're not gonna.
I know they're not going to, but they should. They need to.
The F's that they give, the amount of F's that they give when it comes to Reaper and Hirelings is negative numbers.
Yeah, it's one of those things is like it's, you know, the fact that they know people use them, and it's not like it's a hard fix either, it's just a query, it's, you know, are they on a timer? Yes, no, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think they could do a lot of things if they wanted to
It's fair.
make things more fun. That would not be very intense, but again, somebody asked him about and I don't mean to get raggy here for a second, but I'm gonna. But people asked Jerry again today about taking a look at what are they called? The augment system. It's like, yeah, well, I think the official word is out. It's going to be quite a while before we get to the augment system. And I'm just like, you don't have to change everything.
Right.
You just need to lower the levels. Like, go in there and lower the levels to where they make
Clean up
sense.
the second furnace or what?
Yeah, just stay there. I'm almost done.
Alright. Yeah, I don't know, just, I think that there's, you know, there's some things that you know, they can really do and that to increase the game, you know what I mean? And make it a little bit more fun, you know?
Well, it's another one of those situations where they're slightly bipolar. Do they want the game to be more solo friendly? Do they want to encourage grouping more?
Right.
You know, and I think I really feel it with Jerry. There's a disdain for people who, in his comments, I don't necessarily think that this is him, like, necessarily, but I think his comments infer a disdain of soloing and using hirelings and stuff like that to do things.
Yeah, definitely.
And I don't know if that's an attitude for all SSG. I don't want to put any malice one way or the other. But to me, it just seems like you encouraged us to play the game how we wanted to play.
Yeah.
And now when we're saying, hey, we'd like to continue to play this way, you're going, no, that's not, this mode is not for you. Like, is it? Like, should it not be for me? Like,
well, I think the problem is that they envisioned Reaper a certain way, and then when people weren't playing it the way that they do, and that's just an inevitable kind of part of the game, you know, like that's just every game has that happen.
second furnace.
Yep, there. Every game has that happen, right? I think that they just kind of got that, like, oh well, you're not playing the way that we want you to play. You know what I mean? And it's just like it feels bad for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't necessarily even think that people are not playing it. Like, a lot of people are playing it the way that they, quote unquote, I think wanted to play it. And I mean, I just think that also at the same time, like, there's a lot of people out there that are more like me than not. You know, I love playing, just want to do my thing.
Yeah.
Work in my own place, do my own thing, not worry about others.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like there's just as many of us as there is the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
And as usual, again, not to rag too much on SSG or Turbine at the time or whatever, but as usual, I think there's a lot of not as much follow through or.
So you keep saying that, but I think that it's one of those things. Is like I think being critical is helpful. You know what I mean? Like critical in a constructive way, not just like, oh, you suck. You know, but like when you're critical in a constructive way of going like, hey, here's something that as a player that loves the game, you know, here's something that I think that would make me love the game more. You know?
Yeah, I don't want to be perceived as ragging on it when there's like these are clearly problems that I have with what's going on.
Right.
And I want people to realize that I'm not ragging on them just because, especially when I make a similar comment like 7 times, like or 700 times, where I feel like they clearly didn't think through a problem before implementing a thing.
Right.
Anyway, I am at the Energon Cube when you're done resetting the power breakers.
Yep. Will do.
So don't forget you can detour that one.
I don't ever do that, but I will. That's like right down from the detour, right?
It's up.
Is it up? Yeah, I don't need to run this quest that way. I just run.
That's what it is. It's an Energon Cube. Yeah, I mean, I usually run too, but you have access to detour, you should do it. Transformers making all the weird noises.
Here we go. I'm not streaming.
Do I need Ellery anymore? I think think I pulled the levers that I need her for. Yeah, I don't think so.
See, I picked the right one, Sam.
Hmm?
I picked the right one, Sam. Did it.
Good job, buddy. Proud of you.
The right lever.
Everybody knows. We're not fooling anybody. I refuse to put it on. Well, I try not to put it on camera.
No, I know. I just like being facetious, you know? It's fun. It's a fun thing to do.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, why is this guy like dodging everything? You know he doesn't want to. I also feel like I just did I think maybe that's part of what's going on. I feel like I just did a Divine Life. Because I did. I just did one. Before I did the... But it was before the hardcore server. Right? Like I finished that Light Bright. So realistically I've done a couple of lives since then. But it just doesn't feel like it to me. Feels like I just did this build, or not this exact build, but close enough to this build that it's the same. I think that's my problem right now with this life.
Mess this one up somewhere. Or mess this one up.
Why did... Oh, this didn't return appropriately. Yeah, I did my side and half of your side.
Yeah.
See, it looks just like an Energon cube.
For some reason, these puzzles just that have always been like a problem for me. I don't know why. There's puzzles in this game that I can't find, and then there's puzzles that like make me feel like a bro, you know.
Well, it's just a matter of when you look at the thing, you can see the flow, and it's a matter of going, okay, well, which of the 40 patterns or whatever, or like where's the flow gonna run to? Usually I just go to the bottom and then figure everything else out. Eject laser beak, Operation Warfare.
I'm gonna stand here at the furnace 3.
Alright.
I don't know where you're going, Marissa, but you need to like not.
Is this when I did actually, in fact, need Ellery to pull this lever for me while I fight this trash? Stun, you bastards. So, like, how is this guy dodging this spell? There's zero chance that he should dodge that.
I can do, you want me to come help you?
No, it's fine. It's just, I got a guy who doesn't, like, he's just ignoring damaging spells for some reason.
Okay.
It's one of those.
I can do this side by myself, because this is the one that I usually have someone come help me with.
It's fine, I'll be there in a minute. I'm clearing the trash, I'm
Just
probably
a
going to
little
go ahead and
easier with
shrine.
an actual person there to pull the lever, you know?
No, I don't know. Because I do all this stuff for myself. I don't play with people. Gross.
You probably don't do the way that I do this then.
The long lay? No, probably not.
No, the one shot up to the
That way also is fine. If I mean, you can just pull that yourself and jump on. Or a hireling can pull it.
Oh, hello, Reaper. Hello.
Both of those ways are valid.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. Sounds about right. There was a Carnage Reaper that I did not see.
You ran out of hit points.
I did run out of hit points.
I just want to make sure that you're fully aware that you died now twice in the pit.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. As long as you're aware. And you have much shame.
Okay.
And I still have not made the time to pick up res scrolls.
Cool. I got a real cleric with me. It's cool.
So you have. Yeah, I'm just a bad wizard, I think, right now.
Well, I mean, you're a bad wizard just in general.
Phew.
But
Whew. That's pretty hard. That's pretty hard to. I don't think you can pull that particular one off.
I mean,
I may be the world's current greatest wizard.
you rag on me, you're gonna get it back, bud.
I don't mind ragging on you. Or taking it. I'm just saying, like, currently a bad wizard this life. I just, I don't know if you can get away with in general. Like, I don't think you can pull that one off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could make fun of lots of other things right now, but bad wizard? Oh man, I don't know. No, I'm still dotted. Up and away. Oh, I got it.
You made it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what, but
Kill that guy just cuz. I can give as good as I get. Superman, which one? Which movie? Ooh. I don't actually know. I'm not the world's biggest Superman fan. Like, my favorite Superman movie is the one everybody hates.
he doesn't find Superman relatable.
Yeah. I have every superpower, including the ability to shoot miniature versions of myself out of my hands. Okay.
Tiny Supermans.
Did you hit all the levers?
Mm-hmm.
Sweetness. Where are you? Can we get a D-door?
Well, I had one up already.
Oh, where was it?
It was in the hallway. It's probably gone already, though.
In the hallway, okay. Well, very well then. I will catch up to there later.
Yeah, I thought you were like right there because you're like, oh, I hit it, and then.
No, I meant the lever. And then it took me a second to get down.
Oh, okay. Well.
Kevin Spacey. I like that one too, actually. Brandon something. I like that one a lot. No, my favorite Superman is what? Superman 3 with the sun guy. Lex Luthor shoots Superman hair into outer space with a missile and comes back with his own evil Superman. I love it. It's great. That's 4. Oh man, then that one. That one's the best one. Yeah, I do like. I think the plot for the one you're talking about, Superman Returns, I think is. That guy one did a great job as Superman. I can't think of his name. Like I said, Brandon something, I think.
Oh, come on. Mercer, you're right there. Heal me, jeez.
I heal you. You're fine. Gonna do some eating, hop in, meeting went great. Gonna do some music for Pixar. You're stoked. Nice. Congrats, man.
Nice. Good job, buddy.
Yeah, we're, this is actually my last quest, though, so, but Talab's running around, so you can get some Talab action, I think. But personally, I'm gonna eat, try to grab a nap, and, be ready for raids on the hardcore server at 4 Central Time. Isn't 90 minutes.
When you get a new shroud?
It depends on whether or not there's a group of people who want to go do part 5. Told them I'd help them do part 4, up to part 4, but then I was going to detour.
You're gonna detour.
So, supposedly, if you... Oh, I'm going to go do the... Actually, can I even hurt the ooze thing?
I have evil damage.
Yeah, I don't think I can.
I plan on hurting the thing.
I don't think I can hurt the thing. But,
The evil dot it to death, so.
Yeah, that'd probably be fine. My plan is to, detour back in part 4.
Yeah.
Supposedly if you stand at the door before people click the altar, you don't die.
I think that's false.
Well, apparently they just checked it on the hardcore, or on live, this week. So...
Okay.
I really don't think that Nim and Dom would intentionally lie to me about it, so...
Well, we're killing this thing like 13, 17 points at a time.
Well, it doesn't help that I'm healing it with my Warlock pack, like...
I don't know, it's not... No, it's not doing anything.
It's fine, I got it.
I'm not even... Well, no, like, it's not even coming up immune or anything, it's just it's not giving me any numbers at all. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm not hitting it at all, you know?
Oh, you might not be right there, who knows. Alright. Well, kids, we did it. How long did it take? 23 minutes. So we shaved 5 minutes off. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
It's the fastest non-solo run I've had, I think, is in that 20-ish minute range. Alright, well, with that, I'm going to get out of here. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. I was hungry before I went to sleep last night. I'm still hungry, so I'm going to grab a little nap, grab some food, grab a nap, and try really hard to be awake and prepared for raids on the hardcore server. So like I said, again, the plan is to start that stuff around, I believe, 5 Eastern is what they keep saying, which would be 4 Central. So hopefully you guys can join us then. Don't forget, it'll be with myself, Dom, and Nivin. So there'll be quite a few of us. If you're on the hardcore server and you're interested in doing a couple of raids, and you've been afraid to do them for whatever reason, I'm not afraid to yell at people in the veil, or not the veil, in the shroud. I'm not afraid to yell at people in the hound. I'm not afraid to yell at people. I'm not afraid to yell at people, I guess. Is the warning. But Nim does a pretty good job of leading the raids and stuff, so
Right.
I think we'll have a pretty smooth run as long as people are willing to listen to Nim. Anyway, boys and girls, cats and dogs, children of all ages, as always, please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, follow buttons for me. I really appreciate it. Visit youtube.com/SamusKarobo if you can, and subscribe over there. It's a great way to support the stream for free. And yeah, I'll see you guys in about 90 minutes or so. I might be a little late. I might personally be closer to 4:30 Central Time, 5, I don't know. I don't even know. Maybe it's 6. I honestly don't even know. I just have got to get some more sleep or I'm literally going to fall asleep at the keyboard. So, peace, much love. We'll see you guys before you know it. Toodles.
I love you.
Love you,
Bye.
guys.